women. He wants to know who the witnesses are. He wants to know when the incidents occurred. He wants to know all the evidence. And I refuse to provide that to him because T.I. has a reputation of threatening people. He has a reputation of intimidating people. And I promise these women that I will not expose them to that kind of treatment and behavior from him or from anyone he's affiliated or associated with. So the only people that will know the identities of these women are the authorities. That is the best course to take. That way these women are protected from T.I. and his associates.
Okay, the Jasmine brand.
Hi, Ellie Andrews from the Jasmine brand. I was wondering, what are these women seeking when it comes to them planning to sue?
What they're seeking is justice. That's all they've been seeking this entire time, justice. These women have never put forth a request for money. They've never asked for money. Again, like I said just now, a few seconds ago, Steve Sadow, maybe he misspoke. Maybe he misspoke to the New York Times, because I'll tell you right now, I didn't ask him for $1. And from what I got from the conversations that we had and from the emails, they were very, very interested in killing this story and killing these claims. They didn't want this to get out. And if T.I. and Tiny did nothing wrong, then they should have nothing to worry about. They should want the investigation to go through. They should want the women's stories to be investigated. They should want the authorities to speak to their witnesses to corroborate that and to see if their stories are corroborated. And if nothing happened, then they have nothing to be worried about.
And when it comes to Shekinah, what are you guys seeking from her?
Well, Shekinah defamed Sabrina Peterson's character. And then 3 days later, she attempted to apologize for it. Not even apologize, but she attempted to walk it back 3 days after. But that's, too little, too late. At the end of the day, you cannot come out saying that someone engaged in sex acts, engaged in sex trafficking, engaged in all these different things when you have zero facts to back that up and you know that you're lying. And that's exactly what she did. She wanted hits, she wanted Facebook likes, she wanted Instagram likes, and she got that. So now she got a lawsuit as well.
And just to confirm, none of these women consented to the sexual acts that were against them.
You can't consent if you're if you were drugged.
Okay.
You cannot consent if someone put Molly into a drink. I think the drink of choice for a lot of them, from what they told me, was Sprite. He had a kind of Sprite, and he was telling them to drink out of this kind of Sprite. You cannot consent if someone, in the case of Jane Doe 2, which happened in LA, you cannot consent if Tiny spikes Patron and hands you a Patron and tells you to sip this, and then all of a sudden you lose control of your decision-making skills.
And I'm sorry, last question. Moving forward, what does this case look like?
For me, I want this case to be criminally investigated. I want it to be investigated in LA for Jane Doe 2. I want it to be investigated in Georgia for Jane Doe 1 through and Jane Doe's 3 through 6. And I want the prosecutors to do what they do. If they think that criminal charges should be filed against T.I. and Tiny, then that's what needs to happen. And I want all women who have been affected and impacted by T.I. and Tiny to come forward. You do not have to worry about having your identities disclosed. I will not do that. You do not have to worry about having your witnesses' identities disclosed. I will not do that. Come forward, tell your story. It will be provided to the authorities and have them do the investigation.
Thank you so very much.
From AJC.
Hey, Tyrone, it's Stephen Deere from the AJC.
How are you, Stephen?
Good, and yourself?
I'm tired.
Hey,
what we're not going to do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in and chime in and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this, whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults.
The rapper's lawyer denies the allegations and says if investigated, no charges will be forthcoming.